Learning to love yourself for what you are isn't an easy thing to do, but it's certainly worth it. Here with some tips on how to build confidence in yourself and in your body image is registered nurse and also author of Group, your book, which is about helping young girls overcome eating disorders. Joining us now is Annette Aberdale Kendra. So nice to have you here. I'm sorry I have this salad that I just tried to eat so fast. So nice to have you here, Annette.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's so important to talk about this, especially at the beginning of the new year when everyone has resolutions.
Yes.
Now, why do we feel the need to have a resolution all the time at the beginning of a new year?
I think we get to a point where we kind of evaluate the last year and we find what maybe we were comfortable with and what maybe we want to change. And it gets internalized and we think about ourselves and what we might want to change. So I kind of invite people to take a new perspective and maybe think about it as, instead of going on a diet or becoming healthier in that way, think about rebalancing our lives in a kind of spiritual, mental, and physical, a holistic type of manner. And that's kind of the philosophies I used in the groups with the girls, and a philosophy that is more long-term. So when you're making a resolution, don't just make it for 2014, make it for long-term.
Because happiness isn't dependent on losing 10 pounds.
Absolutely.
It's about loving yourself and who you are for who you are. So you want to focus on rebalancing as opposed to reducing.
Yes.
Now you have a great exercise that anyone can do, and it just takes about a month for the whole entire process. Tell us about that exercise.
Well, basically what you need to do is you make a list. So you have two lists. The first one is 4 things you like about your body. The next one would be 4 things that you like about yourself. And what you do is each week you focus on one from each list. Put it on a Post-it on your cell phone, homepage, wherever you can, where you'll see it often. Kind of repeat those things you like about yourself for that week as much as you possibly can. Next week, move on to the next one. And I guarantee you, at the end of the month, you'll start talking to yourself a little more gently. You'll start realizing that there is more to you, that you're not just this external look that you might perceive that you are, that there's more to you and that you do deserve to be cared for and nurtured.
And you've worked with young girls, and that's so important because there's between social media and magazines, and it seems like we can't get away from that picture of what the ideal woman is. So it's really difficult, I think, for whether you're a young girl or even a woman to accept yourself for who you are.
We are bombarded by so many messages every day. So that's another tip as part of your resolution. Be choosy. Be choosy about the messages you choose to bring into your life. Be choosy about the ones you want to follow. The ones that serve you the best and make you feel the best inside are the ones that you really want to follow. And as females, if we're a mother and we have children, we need to be better models for what that health and rebalancing is really all about.
And like you said, it is about rebalancing. So instead of a resolution to say, I want to lose 25 pounds and be a size 2 or a size 4, maybe just think about, what do I need to do to love myself for who I am and
how do I
find
nurture
happiness?
myself? How do I nurture myself on a physical level, on a spiritual level, and an emotional level? And it's simple, but it's really not easy because we're not accustomed to living like that. But the more you do it, the easier it will become.
Now, Annette, do you just suggest not reading those magazines, trying not to see it, trying not to have that in your life, because it seems like that's what women are always brought down by, is that perfect woman that they see, or what is supposedly perfect?
I think the most that you can avoid, the better, but realistically we're bombarded so much. I think that just being very media literate and being very choosy and aware of the way those images might make you feel and the way you do want to feel about your body. So be aware of those things and be very choosy about what you choose to bring in to yourself as a person.
Now, when you worked with young girls, what did you see from the beginning until the end of the process in terms of how they felt about themselves?
I think that it was a process, and in the beginning there was a lot of self-hatred, a lot of low confidence. And as they work through their eating disorder, and in my book, there's a lot of tips that would help carry them through the recovery and beyond recovery. Because as women, in the different phases of our life, we're faced with all kinds of different stressors, and it's really important that we do learn to nurture ourselves on, as I said earlier, a physical, mental, and spiritual level.
It certainly is so important, and this is just scratching the surface of all that you have to offer.
Yes, so much more, so much more. So if you are interested in learning more, or anybody does need more support, I am on Facebook, so you can follow me on Facebook. I am on Twitter and Pinterest also.
And follow your messages, and I think what the message that you are spreading is so important, so positive, and anyone can benefit from it. So thank you so much, Annette.
Thank you for having me.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Be well.
Coming up on Mass